Hello everyone and welcome to the Weekly Rewind presented by Attractions Magazine. This episode is for Friday, April 8th, 2016. I'm your host, Banks Lee. As always, we're going to take a look back at the past 7 days of our Twitter feed at Attractions. Lots to talk about this week, so let's get started last Saturday on April 2nd. Of course, this was a big day for closings at Walt Disney World over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. These four areas were closing: Streets of America, Lights, Motors, Action, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Movie Set Adventure, and the Monsters, Inc. Meet and Greets. We were there all day getting videos, which you can find on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/attractionsmagazine. This was a place that I worked at for a year back in 2008, 2009. Worked at Honey, Backlot, and Streets of America doing the Osborne Lights. So bittersweet for me to say goodbye that day. As you see, though, it was a rainy day for most of the day. Rain let up around 4 o'clock, which was great for the final Lights, Motors, Action show and the closing of Honey. You can see right here at the end of the final Lights, Motors, Action show, the whole cast and crew came out for one final goodbye. You can see the entire full-length final showing of Lights, Motors, Action on our YouTube channel. Also on April 2nd over at Magic Kingdom, they were saying goodbye to their long-running Castle stage show, Dream Along with Mickey. Here you can see someone's wearing a opening cast crew sweatshirt from when that opened back in 2006 during the Year of a Million Dreams. And at the end of the final Dream Along with Mickey, the entire cast came out for one final bow to the crowd. You can see highlights of this final show on our YouTube channel. But it wasn't all sadness there at Magic Kingdom on April 2nd. You can see right here, this couple got engaged right there in front of Cinderella Castle. Congratulations to them. Moving on to April 3rd, they replaced the Lights, Motors, Action poster outside the main entrance to Hollywood Studios with Fantasmic. Looks like they could update some of those other posters too. Of course, on April 3rd, some new Star Wars offerings were debuted at the park. Right here you can see Captain Phasma and some First Order Stormtroopers marching from Star Wars Launch Bay to the center stage in a little daily show. Another Star Wars show that debuted that day was Star Wars: A Galaxy Far, Far Away at the center stage. It's basically just to look at clips and highlights from all 7 Star Wars films with random appearances from different characters throughout the saga. This is the finale where they all get together. Of course, this is being the first day of the basically back 4th of the park closed. Walls went up there at Streets of America and other places around the park as they're getting ready to demolish that to make way for Star Wars and Toy Story Land. Speaking of Toy Story Land, the wall over by the former Backlot Tour entrance has updated concept art for what the land will look like. Some modifications were made to the Slinky Dog coaster that's coming, but it still looks like a lot of fun. Moving on to April 4th, we were over at SeaWorld Orlando to check out the construction updates on Mako and the new shark-themed land, which is now called, as you can see here, Shark Wreck Reef. Some props have been added to the land. More will be coming because Mako is now scheduled to open on June 10th, and in honor of the opening announcement, they have started a new show called Mako Rising, which basically showcases all about the construction of the coaster, learn more facts about the Mako shark itself, and maybe even win a t-shirt. You can find video of this presentation on our YouTube channel. Moving on to April 5th, we shared this photo from Animal Kingdom. This is construction progress on the new Tiffin's restaurant, which should be opening sometime, I think, this summer. This is located on the backside of Pizzafari, where the old path was to Camp Mini Mickey, which is currently under construction for Avatar: The World of Pandora. We spotted this sand sculpture at Animal Kingdom promoting the new upcoming Disney film, The Jungle Book. One of the cool little details for the construction walls over at Hollywood Studios around Streets of America is they have some posters for rides around the park, and I love this Tower of Terror poster. This is old school tower. This is like the concept art for the attraction before it became what we know and love. Moving over to Magic Kingdom over in Liberty Square, the Diamond Horseshoe is now serving as a buffet restaurant. Over at Universal Orlando on April 5th, some character statues have been added around the new Hello Kitty store, including this little statue of Hello Kitty herself putting her prints into the cement. That night on April 5th, we were on the red carpet for the grand opening of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter out in Universal Studios in Hollywood. We had the chance to talk to a few of the stars from the Harry Potter films. You can see those interviews on this past week's episode of the show. On April 6th, we were over at Epcot to check out a lunch offering that is coming soon to Tutto Italia in the Italy Pavilion at the World Showcase. Here's a look at the 3-course menu that will debut on May 2nd. And on April 7th, we were over at the Kennedy Space Center for the first day of a NASA social meetup for the launch of the SpaceX CRS-8 rocket that's going to be resupplying the International Space Station. They took the NASA social attendees around to different parts of the Kennedy Space Center, and here we are inside a building where they are building the Orion test capsule that they're going to hopefully launch sometime in 2018. This is the test capsule of what they hope will take astronauts and humans further into space than they have ever gone before, possibly even Mars. This countdown clock is on display outside the entrance of the Visitor Center at Kennedy Space Center. Is the original countdown clock that used to be over on Kennedy Center property. They've since updated that to a digital countdown clock, but they kept the old one. It's now on display over in the tourist area for people to see. And finally, on April 7th, Seth Kuberski shared this photo with us of a new billboard over in California for Disneyland. It's a really cool billboard with a lightsaber going through to the other side. That's a cool way to advertise your new attractions. And that's going to do it this week for the Weekly Rewind. Be sure to tune in to the show from this past week. As I talked about earlier, we were at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter grand opening at Universal Studios Hollywood, and we also went to SeaWorld to check out their new manatee rehabilitation area. So until next week, guys, we hope you have fun. See you later.